One more. There it is. Yeah, that's sideways.
There you go.
Let's see where I can put this. Phil gave him those.
Oh, okay. Okay. You can put them there.
All right, we are live. Let's see. Let me get a good angle on this. See Albert over there in the corner. Guys, we are going to have a little bit of some distance between us, but Albert is already on his. Whoa, what are you doing? Okay, I'm good there.
You're going live? I'm just making a video. So, hey, what's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Albert Sapucha, and we are here at Hard Life Bait and Tackle. I've got a bunch of special guests in the house. One of them is Captain Eric Hernandez with Team Real Locos and Hook a Memory Guide Charters, Chris.
That's right.
And so, today's a very special day. You know, this is something Captain Eric got into his heart a while back to pay it forward and help out a young gentleman that he saw fishing and fished his heart out, and just it did something for him. So he wanted to turn around and pay it forward. You want to give a little more insight?
Yeah, I was out fishing and and I see a crowd of guys over there, and it's funny because I start hearing, hey man, I think that's Captain Eric over there. Then all of a sudden I hear some of the music playing and stuff like that. And I go over there and introduce, and had a couple shots with the guys there. Not Elijah though, of course. Elijah's 13 years old. Yeah. So we're out there having a good time and stuff. And it's a good day and stuff like that. And he came down. I mean, literally came down with a group of guys, man, just hanging out, doing his thing. He's a 13-year-old fishing with adults, So right then and there, that tells me the character of the kid. The kid does rather be fishing than be out in the streets. 13 years old, I was skateboarding, painting stuff. I wasn't doing the right thing. So when you see somebody doing the right thing, you got to acknowledge it and do something about it. So I figured after seeing him and then hearing his background, and then he, of course, told me he had never caught a drum, so we had to change that. Ended up catching about a 40-inch drum that night, somewhere in that range. And the rest was history, man. The kid's a great kid. He kept in contact. I always saw him pumping my music or playing something here and there. So that's right then and there when I decided, I was like, I got to do something special for this kid. Keep him focused, keep him fishing, and keep the youth going to that next generation so they conserve, conserve, and do what we do best, man. Clean up the environment and move forward and keep the younger generations doing the right things. Stay positive, guys.
Exactly. Everything we're doing is for the next generation. One day we're not going to be here. You know what I mean? And it would be a real shame to take all this knowledge, all this excitement, and all of this with us instead of paying it forward. So, you already know me. I'm trying to get as much knowledge out there as I can. But when I heard, Captain Eric doing this, I was like, you know what? I bet you we can help out too. So y'all already know, the guys that have been on the channel a while. We started receiving monies for rods, reels, and stuff like that. Right. We didn't know what we were going to get at first. We just started, well, let's get a rod and reel combo, and let's try to do this. Well, after it went out on my YouTube channel, we had a gentleman by the name of Mr. Carl Moon, who's actually in the house right now. Yes. Step this way.
Mr. Moon, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good, Eric.
How you doing? Good to see you again, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
There you go.
So, Mr. Carl Moon came through, and we had already talked a few weeks prior to all this coming in. Is he in the camera?
Can you see him in the camera, Moon? Okay.
Oh, it's not going to turn. I might have to move something. We all good?
It's okay.
Well, you know what? Let's do this. We good? All right. Okay. So, Mr. Moon had already come through, and we were already selling the Team Hard Life rods through here and stuff like that. And he's like, you know what? I want y'all to build my next rods. And he came in with 6. That he wanted 6 rods built. They were going to be shipped to me. He wanted a specific way and stuff like that. And then, a few weeks after that is when he heard about this, and he goes, you know what? First rod off the line, I wanted to go to the kid. And we're like, wow, that just put us way ahead. So,
right.
I want to.
It's plain and simple. My background is in corrections. This right here can keep one off the streets. The love and passion for the outdoors, it's a win.
Absolutely.
We got to do something for the next generation to keep them from turning and going down that wrong path. And that's what it's all about, is keeping our youth out of that situation.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Well,
Yes.
again, I know I've thanked you many a times.
Yes.
I want to thank you again, and I know everybody else is on the channel will be the same way. But you know, I know you started. I kind of helped out, but this is the rod that got done up for it's a telescopic 10-foot 6 Tackle Industries rod, and it's an extra heavy. I believe it is a double X, 2X,
Double X.
Okay, it's a double X.
80 to 150, up to 16 ounce casting weight.
Basically the same as my 9-footers, just 10.5 foot, and it's
Yes.
telescopic. So it goes to 10.5 foot, but when he wants to store it, it'll actually shrink down to 9 foot. So yes, it makes for easy, you know,
Transportation.
Right.
and all of that, but still got the backbone to horse in anything he wants to catch on.
Right.
So that was donated, and then we still had monies coming in and stuff like that. So
Right.
the next deal was
The next deal was, I said I was going to buy Elijah an Avid reel to put on a rod that I was going to purchase from Albert. But of course, Carl Moon beat me to it, so thank you again, Carl. Appreciate
No
you very much,
problem.
sir, for that. So what we did was, me and Albert talked about it and said, well, what should we do for the kid as far as a reel? Getting started in it, let's get him out there where he can catch reds, drum, whatever, so on and so forth, jack of all, and maybe some smaller sharks and stuff like that in the surf. So Albert and I put our heads together, and then we come up with the SX. And it is a Raptor version of it, 2-speed, and it's already braided. You got Cortland braid on there?
it's got Cortland braid
Oh,
on there.
hashtag Cortland braid.
Yep. The Cortland braid. Oh man, today. Whew, I wish my gimbal hadn't died on me, guys, but I locked over on a 40+ inch Jack Crevalle on a 553 with an HXW with the 100-pound test, which is the same line on there, and that rod just went like this and stayed there. I didn't give him a single inch of line, and I landed the jack in like 10 or 15 seconds. And it's a huge jack. I mean, it's a monster.
Right on.
But I just wanted to see if I could bust a Cortland on a fish, and it didn't happen. So that's just another testament of the line that we, you know, when we get involved in a line and we want to put it on our customers and on their reels and stuff like that, it's the main thing that we do. I mean, it's not just, you know, okay, I can pull another reel for another customer. No, I want to make sure that line is good to go in the long term. And it's still the same line that I've been using through the big drum tournaments and stuff like that too. So, you know, we got it on there, got it all spooled up for him, ready to rock and roll. So he's got rod and reel, and then after that we got into my turn. So, you know, we felt he needed to be able to carry his gear, so we've got him a Vexen tackle bag, and also too, you want to come check, make sure this fits?
Everybody, here we go, man. This is Elijah right here,
Elijah's
guys.
in the house.
Elijah's here today.
There you go.
Took a little while, but if a mouse didn't decide to run across your rod and die on it,
Oh.
that's another blooper story for later, man.
Yep. And actually, that was the last one too. Right when we set all this up, I said, I better save it now. Yeah, we sold out of them, so
There you go.
good to go.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. Great fit. There you
Awesome, Awesome. So, and that too, we also had some more of our YouTubers come through and send us more gear. Mr. Christian Bayless sent you a whole bunch of fish bites, fish gum, and then obviously the tackle that's already in there, the crates or whatever, the bins for it and stuff like that. And then we also had some more leaders donated as well. So now you got leaders, that tackle. Dang, you need some weights. I got this.
go. So there you go, Elijah. There's that part of the gift. And while he's getting the weights for him, because Albert's, you know, being very generous right now, let me go ahead and speak on it. Christian out of Minnesota, thank you, sir, for the donation of the gear and stuff like that, as well as the you also donated some cash on it. Team Real Menace captain and a bunch of the guys from San Antonio from Team Real Menace, thank you very much for your cash donations. By the end of the time, guys, that I was going to buy this reel, all I spent was about $174 out of my own money because of everybody from San Antonio that donated into this. Robert from 361 Most Hated donated $50.
We got a whole list.
Yeah, we got a whole list. Yeah, so you got a whole list of guys that care about you very much in the fishing community, that we want you to continue to stay positive, keep doing what you're doing. Your grades are good, everything is good, you're doing wonderful, so a reward is definitely
I
earned
got
here.
surf weights.
So we got Carlos De Leon, David
Basan.
Bazan with the $100 donations, Carlos with a $25 donation. Carl Moon, of course, did the rod and all the components and all the wrap complete. The complete setup is all Carl Moon right there, right behind the young man. That man paid for everything. Antonio
Yera.
Guerra, okay. Thank you for your $25 donation. Robert Ortega, or Ortega, how do you say it?
Obregon.
Obregon? Yeah, that's Robert, but that's Captain O, guys.
Yeah.
You know him as 361 Most Hated, and the FD Abu's there. Andrew, of course, Team Real Menace Captain. Andrew, thank you, sir, for your $120 donation. Team Mo Fishing, thank you for your $100 donation. Carlito, was it Carlito or something?
No.
Yeah, it's Carlito. I think it was something like that. And Christian Bayless out of Minnesota, thank you guys very much for your $40 donation. And then, of course, I got paid off with the rest of it at the end of it, but with 160, it was about 174 with taxes. So, your rod, your reel, your gear. Now you swagged up with that, but don't worry, your shirts are going to be done too. I got yours on order from the shop. I got about a month before they come in.
Let me get the serial number.
Yeah, he needs to get serial numbers to protect it, so
Yeah,
later on if anything happens.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the things we do with our shop is whenever we sell an Avid reel, it's a free service that we've done, and it was because, you know, things have happened to my friends and they couldn't prove where they bought it, who they bought it from, or how much they spent. So as a courtesy, when you buy an Avid reel from us, every single one of them has a serial number.
Yes.
So what we do is we keep a file of the date you bought it, you know, how much you paid, what you got on it, rod, reel, line, the whole thing, and we just keep it on file. So that way, God forbid it does happen, but if it does happen, you got somebody got your back, and that's what we're here for, guys. So again, Elijah, I want to congratulate you again. That's awesome. That's really epic. And again, I want to thank everybody from both channels, Team Real Locals and Team Hard Life over here, guys. You know, y'all really came through, you know, helping us out because, like I said, times are tough right now. We want to do so much, but we can't do it alone. But if everybody pitches in, it's a big, strong bundle, bro, and you cannot break that. So
Yes.
it's awesome, and
This fishing community is one hell of a bond. We have a hell of a bond.
yes, sir.
From the alligator guard all the way to the shark community.
It is. Yep.
We are definitely making waves.
That's
And,
the way it should be.
Absolutely.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
What was that?
And Phil's too.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Phil. Oh man, sorry.
Also,
He got
guys-
it though. Yes, yes.
Also, guys, Team Real local member Phil Blair knew that we were giving Elijah a rod and reel combo, so he's like, "Well, I got a rod and reel that I'm not using. Well, I got two of them." So he goes, and of course, then that's when I met your brother. So didn't know you had a little brother. You neglected to forget that on our first fishing trip together out there, buddy. So, anyways, Phil stepped up and he donated two rods, one for Elijah and of course one for his brother, and. You know, so they're you know, Elijah's brother wasn't feeling left out on it or nothing like that, and he has a pretty nice little setup too. You catch reds, trout, flounder, the whole 9 yards. Drum on it. I mean, I catch them on this, so they're fun. It was like that.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, Phil, from Team Real Locals for your donation of two rods to the kids. Of course, Elijah and everybody. You know, his dad. And, you know, great family. I've been blessed to meet the mom, dad, brother, and everybody now. So they were nice enough to come to the tournament in Indianola.
Yep.
So we spent some time together. We broke bread, and of course I did it with this man at my side, and then the rest of the fishing community that stepped up and helped out with this project. Basically, I want to keep doing this, maybe one a year, where we can do something that we can focus in on a kid. To keep positive thoughts. Elijah was never in trouble in any way, shape, or form. And all I can say is the kid's great grades, perfect attendance, that kind of stuff. The kid's an amazing child. So when you got something like that in front of you guys, you know, let's keep that mind focused forward. Let's keep them on the straight and narrow. And what better way to do it than with fishing in the outdoors?
Awesome.
So-
Couldn't have said it better myself right there. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you're dropping the ball. I'm putting that one on y'all because we're trying to get to 10,000 subs. And we got a lot of people that are watching the channel but not subscribing. Shame on you. We can get there a lot faster with your help. And then we can do the big giveaway, which we're doing a 24-hour trip with Team Real Locals, Team Hard Life on the beach. 4 of y'all going to win. So,
Now, you're talking 10 footers, guys, that weigh a grand
oh yeah.
plus.
Yeah. So stay tuned, guys. It's coming. Congratulations again.
Maybe we'll throw an alligator guard trip in there for the same floor at another time.
Right?
Congratulations.
That'll be
You ready? I saw you looking at that rod when you saw it, right?
Carl, thank you again,
Should've
sir.
said
Yeah,
To the next time, to the next fish, man. There you go.
I'll leave
Carl,
that.
thank you again, sir.
No problem.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
No problem at all, young
So when are
man.
you going fishing?
Where's your dad?
Today.
Bring your pops in here, man.
Yeah.
Come check out this stuff, dude.
We're gonna hit the Packer and
Why don't you go
Right
with
now?
Albert? Albert,
I'm going back out to Port Aransas to go fish.
you gonna go get some more
big
of
deer
the
over
jacks?
there.
Wanna check it out, man?
Jacks are massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna fish with my dad and cousin at the Packer.
Oh, okay.
The
Leave
left
that wrap
side.
in there, man.
Okay.
Just-
The Reds are
phenomenal.
coming through big time over there right now, is what I'm hearing. So. Yeah.
Beautiful. I got me one coming.
Yeah. That tele thing, man, it just helps out so much when you're, especially when you're storing and like you go to a restaurant and stuff. But man, don't get it twisted. It's got one hell of a backbone, and you can throw up to a pound like nothing with it. It's gonna be one heck of a rod for a long time.
I don't even know how to work this. I don't even know how to work it yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that get a tutorial from the man that's the best at it right there. He can explain everything to you.
Yeah, I was just
Simplify it.
asking about it because I finally got that green one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is it a Raptor?
It's MC Cast.
MC Cast. There you go. He's got the serial number, so basically everything you got in there now is set ready to go. You can put it on there now. Put your components if you want.
That looks beautiful. Okay, goosebumps. Look like I gotta go fishing again.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's just
I might have to go with you.
The green wraps with the green line,
Now we live down here, so
they match.
fish all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You said you're going where to catch jacks?
Port
There,
Aransas?
so there you go, man. It's a sharp rod.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah, that thing is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one to take for life, buddy.
Remember the MC. The higher the number, the more drag it's going to give you, so that way it won't backlash. So you
So
start
it
up
wins.
high, start at 3, 4, or 5, cast out. If you backlash, then you go higher. But if you're backlashing on 5, you need to come back and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
You
should.
could tell Booker and everything.
I threw mine on one, man. That's everything.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah,
I said,
it's
it
just for him.
varies.
It's just for him till he learns it.
Yeah.
Start higher, and then like when you're casting in wind, you want it high. When there's no wind, you could lower it down and get some extra distance out of it. Put it on 2, 1.
So hold on, work this.
That's your drag right there.
That's your drag. This is at strike, and then this is you can go full up there. Okay, when it's on full,
You better hold on.
hang on. Okay, because it's got a lot of drag. This little reel puts out a lot.
26.
26?
Yeah, and then to adjust it, the drag's a little bit is here. Like you can go back a little bit if you want to have a little bit like on when
You
you're
gonna do
at.
the spring testing on y'all?
All by feel.
So I mean,
Because
it's just-
everybody's different, you know what I mean?
So right now you're free spooling it. Yeah. So like I mean here, like I'll kind of show you something real quick. You can kill it whenever you want to, Albert. So right here, like so when you go to strike, okay, see that you can still pull it by hand, right? Now you go full. Watch, go full. See how much harder it is? Okay, so that's kind of loose because I loosened it up. Go all the way back to where it's free. You tighten it down. 2 clicks. You know, now it's harder as like it was. Now go to full. Go ahead and reel up some of the slack. Reel up some of the slack. Right. Alright, ready? Now. So as it's going, it's getting tighter. So right there is about where you want it.
It is hard.
Yeah, it gets harder. But right there is about where you want it. That's about perfect. It's strike, it still can pull. It ain't gonna bust your line, but it's gonna be enough where that hook ain't gonna get popped out. Alright, and then of course your clicker's over here. And it's the new and improved clicker, so it's way louder. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead. Alright, stop. Alright.
You wanna tell Booker to come over there and put her in?
Yeah. Perfect right there, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man.
No, I appreciate you, man. You getting them kids out there, keeping them fishing, man. That's what it's all about. Man. These
How
out
do
there
I
spend
know
time
if it's
fishing.
gonna stay like out? Instead of coming
Oh, it'll stay out. Once you pull it out, and you got it like that, it ain't gonna go in. Yeah, it ain't going in until you put it in. You casting it, the momentum is going that way. So it's not going to go in, it's going to go out. It's going to stay out. So don't cast it when it's in like this. You want to cast it when it's extended, you know what I mean? Whenever you're casting,
Make sure the guy is lined up.
yeah, you just kind of light it here, but it's always when you're casting, it's always extended.
When I reel it in, I gotta,
Yeah, you got to guide it.
even when the fish is on,
When I do it when I'm fishing, when I'm fighting. I'm always trying to get it like this. I'm holding it, and I just kind of, as I'm reeling.
yeah, because I was the last time I put the drum on here, I wasn't even, I
Yeah.
was just reeling.
Line get a little bit of memory in it, it'll kind of put it down on itself. But if you stack it up on too much on one side, especially when you're shark fishing, right? Because you got a lot of line out there. If you stack up too much on one side of the reel, it'll actually stop it.
Like you had mine on ball up in the middle.
Yeah.
I came home and he was throwing mines out. I was like, you
But-
doing my shit, man.
Yeah.
I
So
was in the
anyway.
front yard throwing to the corner.
Man, appreciate you, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But he retired
Corrections.
retired corrections.
PDCJ.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
finna be catching some fish
So-
Yeah.
today.
You can tell me backstory, man. Tell him this is why
Yeah.
Been there a couple times.
Yeah.
Never again.
I'm going home to go to sleep, son, and going to work in the morning. I got to get up at 6:45. Well, I got to be there at 6:45 again. That means 4 a.m. comes real quick.
I will start down here for Tuesday, so I'm good. I got all weekend and Monday.
Phil gave me
So-
some figures too. Some of those ones over there,
Oh yeah.
like 150 pounds or something.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Get ready. Like I
Have
said,
you been
man.
casting with?
You got a lot of.
Have you been casting with the Abus?
But the yellow one,
With the casting it real well, not
Oh, yeah.
backlashing? The only difference,
I'm casting my dad's Avid too.
the only difference between that
He don't
Avid,
got a
it
guide.
doesn't have a level line.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, level one.
But capacity wise, it's there and it has no drag. The only, you cast this out, cast it just like that. Just like you're casting that one.
And this
So
right
my
here,
finger's still on it.
you can live very little, but this is basically a magnet that slows it down.
so
Whenever you cast out,
So that's like, yeah.
you don't take your finger off. You just gotta hold it until you cast. And the only thing you gotta
Yeah,
remember
when you
is,
throw it to the max, you'll notice it, how hard it is to throw. But it won't backlash. I promise you that. It will not backlash.
So where you do most of your time at? Torres,
nah, started out in West Texas.
I love it.
oh, down Amarillo.
You take good care of it.
Snipe.
Yeah.
Little
That rod right there, man. I hope you keep that
price
forever,
manual
man.
unit, and I went to Navasota.
Huh? That's really
Back when it was rocking and rolling.
Yeah, you
it's
put
kind
this,
of calm
this has
now.
two speed. This has a crank. This is a speed. This speed is a little
What
different.
is the two-speed?
Just lock it down.
There's a difference- there's a difference
Like,
between
if
old
something
rods.
got you, it's running, and you can't stop it. That's
They had
speed on it,
respect.
crank. It's got heavy duty gear.
For each other.
Two-speed.
The youngsters that are coming in, they don't respect
Right there.
anyone.
Push it in.
No, it's funny, man.
That's
I
two
did
speed.
I'm
That's
just
the
like-
second speed.
delivery at the Navy State Jail. I worked at gas. I deliver gas.
No, this one. This
Look at
one
my
right
load sheet. No,
That's
I
two.
go back to the
That's
meetings.
to release it, yeah.
I've been
Right
there.
now,
I
this
think
is
like
low
2
gear,
years
low
over
gear,
there.
high gear. Well, high gear,
And I just,
high gear, low gear.
That felt
When
good.
it's in, it's low, and high, it's stronger.
oh, it felt good my last
So when
day.
it's plugged in, it's tighter. I mean, you can leave it in low or high. It don't really matter. But it is way stronger in low gear. It has a winch on it. That thing is, it's a beast of a reel.
Yeah, so 86 on that, and then whatever the tackle was.
But when I found out about this,
Let me get my channel real quick. All right, guys, what's going on, man? Captain Eric here. I'm so sorry, man. I hope you all got the gist of what we were doing here today. I'm here with Elijah.
What's up?
So you guys already know him. He was in a video with me. He got a nice drum. Well, today was the day that we were able to give him his rod and reel combo. So I'm going to get you from the tip of this bad boy. This is a Steadfast rod. This rod is amazingly beautiful. It's a 10'6", and you see this? It's a teleporting rod here. It telescopes out to 10'6", but this thing is a beast, and it's an extra heavy with an Avid with Cortland braid, and then it has the Hard Life in there. And of course, Albert gave him a Hard Life sweater, and he gave him a Vexen bag with several items in it as far as weights, leaders, so on and so forth. And Christian from Minnesota was nice enough to donate some fish bites and fish gum and stuff like that. And of course, all the guys that donated money to it. I really appreciate that, guys. And this is what it was all about, was to get him, this young man, something quality. Not that his dad couldn't do it. Of course, his dad could do it if he wanted to, but it was for me. You know, I saw the kids' potential and I saw the passion for fishing. So I took it upon myself. And then, of course, I get great guys like Carl Moon, of course, Albert, and the rest of our fishing community guys that stepped up and threw in some cash out of the kindness of your heart. Totally appreciate it. Thank you, guys. And once again, guys, till the next time, to the next fish. Appreciate you all watching. I'm sorry I wasn't doing too much. I'm sorry I wasn't talking too much on here. I'll answer your questions later on. But thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.